In this video we are wiring Hive thermostat on a system that has a separate hot water cylinder. If you're trying to wire a Hive thermostat to a combi boiler, this video is not for you. However, if you have a separate hot water cylinder, carry on. Before we start, make sure that you've got a correct Hive kit. The kit that you need is Hive Hot Water and Heating. Hive Hot Water and Heating, you can recognize it by the receiver. The receiver for Hive Hot Water and Heating will have two push buttons and two LEDs on the receiver. If you only have one push button and one LED, most likely you have a Hive that can only control heating, and that's not a correct kit for this installation. We'll start by finding your programmer and your wiring center. Most of the time, wiring center and the programmer will be by a hot water cylinder. You may find that the programmer is remote to the wiring center and the cylinder by your boiler as well. It doesn't really matter, so don't worry about it. In both cases, we're gonna be able to wire it in exactly the same manner. Next, try to locate your spare switch for your central heating. It might be by the boiler or it might be by your hot water cylinder. Usually you'll find it nearby the wiring center. So what you have to do is to turn the power off to your central heating. You can hear zone valves closing, and it's also a good practice to remove the fuse. Now locate your programmer and remove the programmer from the backplate by loosening two grab screws on the bottom of the programmer. You can test across neutral and live on the backplate to see if there is any power going to it. Also, the correct practice really is to test your multimeter first on a known live supply to confirm it's working correctly. Here I'm testing across neutral and live to confirm that my circuit is safely isolated, and yeah, 0.1 volt. Most likely coming from the multimeter battery, so yeah, we are safely isolated. If your existing backplate is a single backplate, such as this one, identical to the one supplied with Hive, you are in luck, because most likely there is no rewiring needed at all, and all you have to do is to put your new receiver onto that backplate, and that's it. No rewiring to the backplate needed. If you happen to have one of those, the same backplate, but it's a bit wider, it's double the width, all you have to do is transfer the wires from your existing wide backplate to the single backplate supplied with your Hive. It's a good idea to take your existing programmer just to make sure that you've got a standard wiring. 99% of programmers out there on S and Y plan follow the same pattern. So if you look at the back of this programmer, for example, there is a little wiring diagram here that shows you the wiring. So from the left we've got neutral, then we've got live, then we've got hot water off on terminal 1, terminal 2 is central heating off, terminal 3 is hot water on, and terminal 4 is central heating on. If terminal 3 and 4 are used, as in this plate right here, you'll be on an S plan. On a Y plan you have one additional wire at terminal 1 for hot water off. In case your existing programmer has a different wiring layout, which is very unlikely, but if that happens, all you have to do is to have a look at the back of the programmer, see how it's wired, make note of where the wires go and transfer them to a new plate according to the diagram on your Hive. Once you've confirmed your wiring on your backplate, it's time to put your Hive receiver onto the backplate. Next step is removal of the cover for the wiring center, and we have to swap just one wire on that wiring center and the job should be done. Next, locate your room stat, remove it from the wall, leaving exposed wires. Now we have to trace common and switched live going from the thermostat to the wiring center. On an S plan you will have two zone valves. Locate the heating zone valve, trace the wire back to the wiring center and find a brown wire coming from the zone valve. It will be connected to a switched live from your thermostat, and in our case it's a blue wire with a brown sleeving. Undo that connection and remove the wire coming from the thermostat, keeping the brown wire from the zone valve in the terminal. Trace a second wire on the same cable, ignoring any earths or neutrals. That second wire is connected to the programmer call for heating. In my case, it's a black wire going to terminal 5. So the programmer sends a call for heat on the black wire to the common of the room stat, which is brown in our case, and when the room stat calls for heat, it sends a switched live, in our case on a blue wire, to the zone brown. It opens the valves and it also fires the boiler on an orange from the zone valve. All that we are doing here is we are removing all the wiring coming from your room stat to the wiring center. At the same time, we are finding a common from the room thermostat that's connected to the switched live of the programmer. In my case, I only have common and switched live from the thermostat. I've omitted earths and neutrals for simplicity. Just to make sure we've got correct wires, we can test them for continuity by using a multimeter and connecting them together at the other end. And now I'm confirming I've removed correct wires at the wiring center by using a continuity function on my multimeter. Since connection between call for heat from the programmer was going through the thermostat to the brown of the zone valve, and we have removed the thermostat and all the wiring, we need to wire a direct connection between call for heating and a brown wire of the central heating zone valve. Find a free connection on your wiring center and connect those two wires together. In my case, I connected them on terminal number 8. And that's all the wiring required to the wiring center, so we can put the cover back on. If you are on a Y plan is a plan that has one 3-port valve, you have to do exactly the same as we did, but instead of looking for a brown wire from a central heating zone valve, you're not looking for a brown wire, you're looking for a white wire. The white wire coming from a 3-port zone valve is a wire that gets switched live from your thermostat. So you have to find a white wire instead, trace it back to the thermostat and connect it to a wire coming from your programmer backplate terminal 4. Take a thermostat, pop the batteries in, fix thermostat backplate into a wall, pop your Hive thermostat with batteries onto the backplate, put 3A fuse back into the spare switch and turn the spare switch on. Top right corner LED on the receiver will flash orange twice a second, and the Hive thermostat itself will display searching message. Basically, Hive and receiver are not paired straight out of the box, and they could have been to make the process much easier. So what you have to do now, you have to press the heating button on the receiver for 10 seconds and wait for LED to change from flashing twice a second orange to once a second amber. The thermostat and the receiver should pair now, and the thermostat gives you a quick overview of its buttons and functions and tells you to press hot water boost, heating boost and all the other... Yeah, I should have screwed it with 2 screws, shouldn't I? So after you've done that quick tour, we can test if the circuit that we rewired is functioning correctly. I'm turning hot water and heating on. The LEDs on the receiver will flash to start, then they will go solid, indicating that the receiver is sending signal to zone valves. LEDs on both zone valves are on and the boiler fires. System functions correctly. Let's turn it off now. The LEDs on the receiver will start flashing again. A hot water valve closes first. We can hear zone valves closing and the boiler is no longer on. And that completes wiring and testing of Hive heating and hot water thermostat. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll try to answer it as quickly as I can. Click that like button, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Cheers and bye.